Yeah. I don't look into the agenda. Is there something?
No, I think we're just gonna do the usual, like see if there's, just go over all the things on the board, see if there's things blocked over the issues.
Maybe before going through the dashboard, actually I wanted to put on the agenda but forgot the TOC top. Is there something which needs to be done in our working group?
From a TOC point of view?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. So last thing I did was, so I'm attending all the TOC meetings. So I've not heard of anything. What I did do is I created a pull request to the community repo with an like there's some tool by the Kubernetes community to sync GitHub settings, org settings based on like a YAML file. So you have like one big YAML file that has all the memberships and all the teams and all that definitions. And then you just sync that. So it also has a dump command to get the initial state. So I did that, and then I created an initial pull request to set up a GitHub action to sync that. And then the next steps would be to, like, they have all these ideas to enforce policies and like have certain teams and things like that. And that could then be done through pull request against that file, right? You would just make a pull request and then people can review it, and then we merge it, and it will be realized by the automation.
Yeah,
so that's something that's upcoming, and that will affect at least the whole onboarding. Like if new members need to be added to the org, they just need to PR that file instead of, I don't know how that's currently done. I think at least on the VMware side, there's some admins or people that still add people to the org, but that will change then.
Yeah, it sounds more transparent. So.
Yes, I mean, it's
automated.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, after, like, once it's YAML, we can like start scripting and maybe, I don't know, use the workgroup definitions to like automatically update that file or something. I don't know. There's all sorts of things that can happen after that.
Yes.
This is the first step, so let's see where that goes. And I mean, I have other ideas, right? That whole automation that I have for the GitHub project, that ideally should also end up there. But I thought, let's start with this, and then we can go from there.
And the working agreements, are they still discussed? Some got merged, if I'm not mistaken.
About what do you mean? Do you want
the different working agreements and how we work with the PRs?
I don't think they are merged yet.
Not yet,
but maybe they are. No, I think they are still blocked on the RFC process. So they have a PR about the RFC process. So the process with how they want to review those types of things. So they have like a meta thing that first needs to be merged, and then the other things can be merged. So yeah, and there was still some discussion going on the RFC process. Right, I will share my screen. Makes it easier to follow. Here, this one, the RFC process. Yeah, and here's still some ongoing discussion.
Okay.
Quite a, yeah, so There,
I can check that one.
yeah, that's the important one. And once that's merged, then the working agreements can go through. And then we have the common stalebolt that would affect us a bit. But I think, I mean, like most of those things we're already trying to practice, or at least we have those phases, those states we already have. We just don't automatically close issues.
Mhm.
So.
Okay, I think we can go now to the board.
Yep. Okay, so some things got merged. Oh, there's a few that are pending a merge. So what I've been doing lately is that there's some things that are like getting stuck, and then I just review it myself or ask someone else to do it, right? And then to not have it to be like as soon as there's two approvals, I think it's good to go. We don't have to wait for the original people that were assigned if they are not available.
I think also. I will look tomorrow into this too. This has been approved by Ramon.
Yes. Yeah, the context here is mostly Microsoft, right? There's some sort of agent that people install that logs to a weird location and that fills up the root disk. And on Azure, at least for our customers, they only have, we cannot change the root disk size. Yeah, we were looking into how can we change the root disk size, and it turned out we could, but then there was another concern, something to do with, I think there was some property around the use ephemeral or something. I think in the end it had something to do with for some instance types on Azure, you want to limit the number of disks because they only allow like a certain number of disks. So you don't want a separate ephemeral disk, something like that. So we went down that rabbit hole and it was like, okay, but what was the original problem we're trying to solve? And it's like, oh, wait, can't we just log rotate those logs and make sure that we log those to an ephemeral disk or something? Okay, so yeah. That's where this is coming from.
It's sometimes
yeah, you go totally in the wrong direction. You lose the original issue. So yeah, this, I mean, it seems like an it's not a harmful change. I think just having another log directory be mounted on the ephemeral disk. Because I mean, that's what the ephemeral disk is for, right? Storing data that you don't want to keep after a recreate.
Yes. So the root disk shouldn't be the place.
Yeah. Wait, I have too many things open. Let's close things. Okay. Yeah, this one was also really nice. So don't know if you followed, but
I didn't, but tomorrow was my plan to go into this tool and to look what happened.
Yeah, that's fine. It looks like someone did some exploration on what the actual states mean and if we actually have to wait for the last state, and it seems that we don't have to. We only have like limited IOPS, but I think limited IOPS is better than being down during that time. So, but yeah, that's the discussion to have. And then there was a PR that implements this change by Benjamin. It is a bit of a breaking change because he does remove that property, but that was a property that was only really recently added. So this way
factor.
Yeah, that was because it took like a few hours for some people, right? And that's because of these states. And then the issue said like, yeah, we don't have to wait for the completed state. We in an earlier state, the disk is also already available, and that waiting only for that state takes way less time. So that's why we don't need that factor anymore. At least that's my understanding of it.
Interesting, but maybe we can keep that. Yeah, I don't. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
that's. I was also not sure, right? It to me it needs. I'm not 100% sure that we don't need it. Right, I would like to see some more testing before we start removing that. But yeah, that's maybe a discussion to have.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was yours. I saw that you updated it. I will ask.
Yeah, I was just. I noticed that I was attached to this one to review, and somehow the understanding of that small function was so hard.
Okay. Yeah.
Not so hard, but it shouldn't take so much time. I think it's a small thing. Yeah, it's just a readability improvement. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm back.
I never lost you. It was for me was okay.
Okay, then it was me. Yeah. But you made changes, so I think the next thing is for Kenneth to review it
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah.
So did you already request a review?
I didn't. Oh, I forgot.
Okay,
Sorry.
there's a button for that. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe that sends an email or something. Okay. So that one can go back to pending review. Actually, all the other ones are. We need to change that to be that rule that it only boot.
Did they move automatically to pending merge or?
Yes, there's some like workflows. Code review approved, but this is like really limited.
You can't say to approve.
No, but that's gonna be something here. Conditionals coming soon. Conditionals. So will be better, maybe at some point.
Oh, this is nice. Nice way to advertise new features. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like at least you know what is coming. Like you can understand the broader scope of it. Well, that's nice. Yeah. Yes. Oh, so now I moved 3 things there. So okay, but let's. Yeah, I mean, this is just still waiting for that change. No action here.
I don't know why. It's something something really small, but
Yeah. And I already asked that last time.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna ping again. We went over these.
This, I thought this has been merged. Oh.
There were multiple related things. So one was about docs. This is, I think, CLI related. I mean, this is also really small.
Yeah, I can look also into that one tomorrow.
Yeah. Again, this is the soft layer thing, which needs more investigation. But I think so I had an a call with the people from soft layer as well. In the Slack thread, we discussed something Yeah, here. So we had a call, and then there was this conclusion. So they will try to pin back the agent to unblock themselves, and then they will work together with us on maybe fixing it in the future. So there should be less pressure on getting that fixed.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's the usual thing you do when.
Yeah, I mean, like there's no security fixes in the agent per se, right? It's mostly the security patches from Ubuntu that they want, and they are building their own SAML anyway, right? So they don't have to follow us, the Bionic Bosch.io one. It's nice to be close to upstream, but they don't have to.
Yeah, it could be at some point when some agent features can be used.
Yeah, definitely, right? So they don't want to stay on that version forever, but it's less urgent to fix than they made it appear at first.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some new issues. Oh wait, this one actually has been prioritized, right? There's a
Speed.net. Yeah, this is we talked about this. Yeah,
there's a pull request already. So
yeah. What?
Yeah. So some really big stack trace, but then to reproduce, and then this snippet looks really weird. But that could be just a formatting issue with Markdown. But so that's what I asked, right? Is this what you meant with the how to reproduce this? I first want to make sure before spending time that it's not a Markdown formatting issue.
Yeah.
Or that it, yeah. So this is basically in a discussion state. We already went over this one. What else do we have? This one.
Binary. What? This is.
But why would you want to use this tool?
Which tool he means?
The Bosch AWS Lite Stem Cell Builder. That's something you only run from a pipeline.
Yeah, maybe you can ask that question.
Yeah.
What is the use case?
Yeah. Publishing. Does that work? Oh, it works. Okay. Okay, that's discussion. Are there things that have like a recent comments? Last activity 26th. So this one was recently updated, but we already discussed that one. Oh yeah, because I had that call, I asked if, what's his name again? It's not here, it's in Slack. Donatello.
Donatello.
Donatello. If he had any, because apparently Donatello is the new maintainer of the soft layers API. So I asked if he had more context, because those issues have been open for a long time. That's this one as well. This one we discussed, so that's it.
Yeah, it's nice to have an overview like this.
Yes, I mean, it's manageable now, right?
Yes,
half an hour
otherwise,
a week, and we're able to get through all the issues. I mean, we haven't gone through the UAA ones and the credit ones and the databases, so I should probably at some point reach out to the approvers in that space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I will set up a session or something with the approvers in this for UAA. Because now that we have, so maybe the next meeting won't happen, right? We canceled 2.
No, the next I think on 16.
16 we still have one.
Yes, and
this, okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I will have concrete in my house then. Finally, we're renovating, so the 16th they are also gonna put concrete in to fix the floors. So less dust, hopefully, after that.
Great.
So yeah,
Great.
but yeah, maybe I will invite the UAA and ThreadHub folks, or maybe only the UAA for now. Let's start with one area, and then we maybe can go through some of those issues as well to gain some context and to start cleaning up that list, because the Bosch one seems to be more, we're getting more on top of that, I guess, so it's more manageable to, so maybe we can take on some additional cleanup.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. That's it from my side.
I also don't have anything else.
It's good. Okay, talk to you later. Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice evening. And thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.